Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah. Baby, keep on turning me up. Yeah. Baby, keep on turning me up.
Beautiful part of the journey, you know, because a lot of times when we follow each other on Facebook, social media, you know, we smiling and we vibing, we doing our great thing, but the cameras ain't around when we on our knees. You feel me? And I ain't even talking about in the physical sense of being on your knees. I mean when your spirit is on his knees and you still standing tall. The cameras ain't around. You feel me? That's what we're here to share. To get better. To realize that we all the same. You know, emotions make you human. Spirit makes you whole. So how do you process emotions and maintain balance and understanding and peace with your spirit? That's what this is about. You know, you get your vibe right. You get your energy right. You get your spirit right. You get your grind right. You get your mind right. Right? If you can change your mind, you can change your life. So we're here to share the lessons. We're here to share the story. We're here to share the testimony. We're here to share the vibe. That's what Vibe Tribe University is about. Alright? So let's get to it, man. So look, we're gonna start out like, I want to welcome my boy, TJ. Y'all welcome my boy Ralph Grant. He's a graduate of Jacksonville State University with an AS in Business Administration and a BA in Business Management, and a proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all welcome my boy Greg Pontier. Tell us about your journey, you know, your journey from college to your current position, and what finally clicked for you? You know, when did it happen?
Okay, so it was my opportunity to get on. Yeah. You know, you thinking to yourself, people that's close to you, they'll put you on. Well, didn't happen that way. So, you know, I was just like, cool. Coach said, yeah, you should take the job. I'm gonna put you on. Well, didn't get a call back. So I asked the guy, I said, man, why you didn't call me back, man? You know, I'm really interested in the job. And he was like, no, man, the coach said, man, you wouldn't be a good fit here. You be drinking and smoking with the kids, stuff like that. And I was like, no, he didn't tell you that. It hurt me. Like, I mean, it hurt me. I was like, no.
But
like,
was it true though?
It wasn't true. It wasn't true. And that's a real question.
Hey, man,
that's a real question.
Sometimes we be in denial. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what you mean? I drink and smoke with the kids.
Exactly. I was offered the job in 2011, and since then I've been the head coach there.
And you know, trust the reroute. Trust the reroute.
That's good.
You know, you gotta trust the reroute. Rejection is protection. Don't ever forget that. You feel me?
But the challenges that I faced was biggest was coming from home and having 1 foot in school and having 1 foot still in the streets, because we all, I'd say majority of us here is from the hood. I started working for the company. I worked for the company for 3 years, and I ended up being one of the best managers in the nation. And I was just sitting back, realizing like, man, we're making these people so much money every month, $30,000, $40,000 in my department. We're making them. I'm like, listen, I can do this for myself.
Bring me the paper, man.
Bringing in man paper. Now we 9 years in. We ended up opening up a restaurant 4 years ago. We about to drop our book. So, you know, it's been a long journey, but you know, the trials and tribulation, everything happened for a reason.
Nobody really thought I would be what I became to be. First kid from my school to go play professional football. And I dove in the end zone, I looked up, first thing I did, look at my mama. Cause I couldn't believe that I had just done that, my first game. 2 years in, a weekend I said, Dad, I think I like it up here. They almost cut me. The dude, the head coach, he said, man, we almost cut you because of the simple fact, we didn't think he was gonna pick up the game, because it's a different game up there. I go up there, my first year, I lead that league in interceptions. I led the league with 7 interceptions, double it back with 5. The next year I came back with another 5. And so everybody's looking at me like, how's this dude doing this? 2 times All-Star, and I've been up there 3 years with 15 interceptions. Ain't nobody did that. I retired last year. I started my own company. That company started with an idea.
Tell that story, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Tell that story.
We got time today, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got time. What's up?
Man, that company started with an idea on Thanksgiving Day last year.
I got some tissue for you, bro. Don't worry about it. You're gonna need that shirt. If you could tell your 21-year-old self, if you could write a letter to your 21-year-old self and tell him 3 things, what would you tell him?
One of the first things I say is stay in the moment. Cause you don't know at 21 that that's like the best time of like your life. Like here I am now at 34, wishing I could still be 21 a little bit. Put back some of that Pell Grant money. You don't get that back.
Yeah.
Like you don't like, and I can't. Don't speed the process up to try to be as grown as you want to be as far as like marriage, job, things like that. You know, if you're in college, wherever you are, stay there and make the best of that there.
There's one thing that I like to teach when I talk about processing emotion, and one of the techniques is name entertainment. You know, and basically what it is you name the emotion out loud when you're going through it to identify what it is that you're feeling, and that'll help you address it and move forward, and not allow you to soak in it.
And basically going back to what TJ said, the enemy can only attack you and you reach burnout only when you focus on yourself. Right. If you ever want to change your feelings, change your thoughts, take the thought off of yourself, and it changes everything. When Ralph thought about his kids, he thought about his team, he thought about his family, his feelings changed. The enemy can only attack you through self-love.
God don't just give us what we ask for, he gives us each other.
Yeah.
You feel me?
My wife nanny like Fran Drescher. 3 damn Grammys, my granny like no pressure. So much style, my stylist got no dresser. Fuck going straight to the pros, I'm professor. Fuck being one of the goats, I'm Go Tanks. Tried to try it out with my girl, she no thanks. Dropped a bomb, I couldn't find a Tom Hanks. Got me pressed trying to find Devon Frank. Who the fuck rock the boat is gon' sink.
Let's, give us a Cliff Notes version of, how did you get to where you are now? And what was your story? When did it finally click for you?
My name is Anthony Thomas. I am a graduate of Jacksonville State University. I also attended here for my graduate studies as well in community agency counseling. I was miserable. I was making $27,000 a year with a degree. And I was also doing the club. We had nights, Big Sweat can tell you, we would make $20,000 plus cash. And so it was hard for me to do that and to continue to be into business. I love my hometown, but let's just be honest, one of the keys to success is stepping out your comfort zone. You're gonna have to do that. If you find your passion, you can find your paycheck.
Finding your purpose, passion, more notably losing it.
And get it back again.
And that's what I've been going through the past year. I was training for the NFL at night and working during the day. I remember it was draft night. Draft day, not day 1, but day 2. I'm waiting for my name to be called, or somebody to call me up, and no one called me up. And at that point, I realized it's about to get real. It's about to get real. I'm about to do this 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or whatever you want to call it every day, and that's it.
When I graduated back in 2011, I got a job at Wells Fargo at the call center. I hated it. I sat there and hated it. I think I was there maybe 12 weeks. I was there 12 weeks. Got in there instantly. I'm doing well. Saw 6 figures, 23 years old. All my friends, they making $20,000, $30,000 a year. We can't even have the same conversations. But at that period of time, I kind of struggled with myself. I wasn't happy. So God got a way of showing you stuff, and I'm still learning to this day. I'm not gonna get up here and act like I have it all figured out. I'm still experiencing every emotion you're supposed to experience to reach success. I got into bodybuilding because I was bouncing from job to job. I was trying to find my passion. I don't like attention, but I was getting attention in a way, like people knew my name that from damn Instagram, and I don't even post anything for real.
When I graduated college, I was the first friend to graduate, and you know, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to get out here in the world and do it, make some money. You know, they told you if you go to college, you're gonna make some money when you get out. Okay, that's what I thought. You know, so I get out. And ain't nobody picking up my resume. I'm sad. I'm crying to my mama. I'm like, Mama, they don't want me. I'm depressed. And she was like, you are not depressed. We are going to get a job. She got me a job. I was working as a lab manager and a test facilitator for Anniston High School. I really enjoyed the job, but I was making very little money. And she was like, we're going to do the application later, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, great. My mom passed away. Like right in the midst of me applying for this job, she passed away. I didn't finish the application, and I thought it was over. Social Security called me. That lady called me. She was like, I seen your application. We need to go ahead and interview you. And I did not think, because I did not submit the application. I swear to God, I did not submit the application. And Social Security is very strict about that application process.
Listen, we can't go to school. We went to school, some of us just to go to school. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. Listen, we know the value of degrees today. They're not that valuable. Everybody has a master's degree now. You used to be elite if you had one. God did not put you here to be miserable, okay? God did not put you to be miserable. So don't go to the job every day that you hate. You look forward to Friday. And I went through that cycle. On Friday, you're excited. Saturday, you're happy. Sunday, you're getting excited because Monday coming. Right. Wednesday is hump day. Listen, that ain't no way to live. That's it.
Hey, let me say this.
We got 3 minutes. All right, we got a whole nother panel. All right. To where you are now, right? What led you to accept the call? What led you to being the servant, to being the counselor, to being the therapist, to being the go-to, to being the sounding board, to being the mirror, to being the confidant, to being the everything that you could possibly be?
So I was already deemed to just be a normal black girl, probably go to community college, which was referred to be by my counselor. You know, go to Lawson, go to JSU State. And when I said I'm going to Jacksonville, she was like, what? We don't have nobody to help you apply there. I went to Woodlawn High School. And so I was deemed for kind of failure at a young age. I lost my mom at 17. And I was always the go-to person, and people seen my strength after I lost my mom at such a young age. And they, you know, would come to me with their problems. And immediately I'd be like, why do everybody come to me? I made like a 19 on the ACT. It was horrible. I got conditionally accepted. They brought me in. I was always a person that people went to for guidance or some type of counsel. So going into social work was very easy for me. I loved doing social work. Got all of my major experience in that area.
I came from a quote-unquote dysfunctional family, as most of us did, right? So history of substance use, domestic violence. My father was incarcerated. Both of my parents were drug addicts. So of course, that attitude or led to some childhood trauma. All along, I would say for my entire life, people would say, you've been here before and you have some, you know, more wisdom than your age, you know, should allow for. And now I understand that God was taking me on through that journey so that I can be here and so that I can sit across from people that I can empathize with.
How did I get in this field? I love people. I look at people and I feel like they're a book. Like it's like the best book you can ever read is to find out about that person. And they have a story to tell. Everybody has a story to tell. I do see the best in other people and I just want them to see it. And so that was my goal why I wanted to be a counselor, because I was like, if they knew this is not the end, and if they know that this is just the beginning of something better, they would be a better person.
The fields that each one of you all are in and the stories that you just shared as far as your journey, it sounds as if you've always been able to understand people, right? Even sometimes not being able to understand yourself. Acknowledging the value of your own crown.
Where even before I started counseling, I went to counseling. And at any moment, if I have to go back, I will. Therapyforblackmen.org. Therapyforblackmen.org. You can find someone in your city to help you. It can be and most black people like go to black people. I ain't trying to be funny. We want to go where we can connect. We want to go where we can connect.
They can understand.
Intentional to identify where the lie came from. So where did the lie come from? Because so whatever you're telling yourself about therapy, especially black men, what are you telling yourself? And it's probably that I should be able to deal, I'm a man, men are not supposed to show emotion. So then I challenge all of my clients is to find truth. What is the truth?
That's exactly what it is. Like when I went to marriage, like I didn't want to go to marriage counseling for that same reason.
Yeah.
Like it was like vulnerable that I didn't know. I didn't like the fact that I didn't know something, and now I gotta go to another man to tell me what I don't know. So I did not want to go because some about men and I guess black men or whoever. With us not knowing, we feel less powerful. You know what I mean? But at some point, you have to have the maturity and the intelligence to say, you know what? At some point, the person that didn't know either. Right. They had to learn it from somewhere. So
see, the new normal is the standard or the misconception, the lie that says that men are not supposed to be emotional.
Right.
Right. And that's the lie. Right. Because the enemy does not want you to feel.
Come on.
Okay? Does not want you to feel. Not only do they not want you to speak, they don't want you to feel. They don't want you to talk. Okay? Now, emotions make you human. Spirit makes you holy. Right? But what happens is it's like a speed limit, like a highway. Right? When the normal speed limit is 55. However, everybody on the highway goes 65. So if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, going 55, you are now the outcast. Let me translate it a different type of way. So if you are a man that is in touch with yourself and does know your emotions and actively and intimately express those emotions from a vulnerable state, then you are frowned upon because you are the outcast. Right? Now, the part about being that outcast is that it's not just from our own kind. See, it's not just men that's calling other men soft. We can get over that. It's the women, our black queens, that are also criticizing us for being vulnerable and telling us that, you know what, I ain't really attracted to that.
That's what I was saying earlier.
You feel it? See. Yeah, I don't want.
That's what I was saying about that ego earlier. As a young boy, you have to find that ego because I want that female to like this kid.
So let me get to you. So what we do is we over-masculate our ego in a prideful manner. Right? By conforming to the new normal.
Okay? In some households, the environment is not very conducive to it. How many men have been told you don't have feelings?
You shouldn't have.
How many women, by nature sometimes, are constantly trying to change their man? Constantly. When the man's trying to do it, just trying to keep it the same. When I met you, you're children, right?
I think we should always be
like we black men and black women, we have an interesting past. One thing with boundaries is people talk about them, but they don't talk about how to implement them, how to make them stick.
The best way to set a boundary is saying, hey, this is how what you're doing makes me feel. At this point, I need to step back, reevaluate, rethink. You're just drawing a line. It's not saying I'm telling you no. Oh no.
And it might not be nice.
It might not be nice, but it is building some type of ill feeling inside of you. You're going to, like he's been saying the whole time, your vibe is going to translate onto everyone else you're around. So seek help simply because if you have children,
We project it onto them.
You project it onto them.
You don't want that for your child.
You don't want that for your child because you don't want it for yourself because it came from your dad. Generational curses, they go. And if we don't identify it and get beyond, oh, my dad said, you gotta toughen up, not picking or anything like that. We've gotta get beyond that in our head. Like now, I wanna seek some help just because I know being a caretaker, I cannot do it on my own and just bottle up those feelings.
Studying this stuff, the only person responsible for enforcing your boundary is you.
Right.
Is you. Guilt, anger, and all that crazy stuff, you are responsible for enforcing that boundary. So, look, I don't appreciate when people yell at me. As a result, I'm going to walk away until you cool down.
But that's what I talked about with the first panel. You no good to nobody else until you're good to yourself first. And self-care. All she's saying, that it's all a part of self-care. It's all it is. It is.
Because I know a lot of people that are counselors, and I think we need to change our mentality about counseling because if it's all about emotional intelligence. If you broke your arm, you're gonna go to the doctor to get your arm fixed, right?
Right.
If you wrecked your car, you gotta take it to the mechanic to fix it.
Right.
If there's something that's going on within yourself mentally, emotionally, why wouldn't you go to a counselor? You need to keep your mind and your spirit healthy as well.
Be careful not to hurt the person that God sent to help you.
Yeah.
You feel me? And oftentimes what we do is we take the person that's been gifted to us in our life because God doesn't just answer our prayers, He gives us each other.
If you have never been to counseling, go. Just go. Just go now. If you've never been, just go. You have so much baggage, you don't even know.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and go on and unpack it now so you don't have to come see me at 65 when you had a nervous breakdown.
So I think it's important that you have the right people around you who your circle really matters. I don't want people around me who are yes man, I'm not gonna be yours.
Yeah.
And so not just from a professional, she just was a friend.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that you breezed over that I think we need to acknowledge.
And Kenny made a good point earlier that when you continue to elevate, you have to be mindful of who's in your circle. And the people that are in your circle, if they're not doing anything to propel you forward, you have to reevaluate what are they doing because they're probably sucking you dry. There's new levels, new devils. So when you're going to a different place, you're going through a transition. If we just begin to expect that some things are going to be ruffled, some things are going to be uncovered, then we can go into that season in a different way. Like, why are we having the expectation that I'm always life is just going to be easy as a breeze, right? The truth is, trials and tribulations come and you need to expect them. So part of expecting them is making sure your support system is tight, right? So even for me at this stage of life, I'm in a different season. So I've gone through new transitions that I don't have the blueprint for. Why would I expect not to have people in my life to begin to coach me in that area? So I believe that every therapist needs a therapist.
Stop expecting you from other people. You feel me? Stop what? Stop expecting you from other people.
Yeah.
See, a lot of our problems in our own life come because we start to feel like other people are the same as we are. They have the same blessings, the same gifts, the same feelings, the same thoughts, the same behaviors, the same reactions, the same loyalty, the same spirit, the same money, the same choices, the same behaviors. Like, that ain't true. And when you can learn to remove the expectations from other people and start just placing them expectations on yourself, then you can learn freedom, and you can learn acceptance, and you can learn understanding, you can learn respect, you can learn value. Because you realize just how valuable and unique that you are, what your energy and your sauce really is, what your vibe really is, and why people can't get enough of it. See, that's what sets you apart. It's the fact that you're chosen, you're unique. And when you start to compare yourself to another person, you're being disrespectful to yourself. And then wondering why other people don't respect you. I'm only here to point you to the light.
That's so good.
Right? I am not the light.
Exactly.
I can point you to the light. The light shines within me, and I'm obedient to the light. And there's a light within you that you do not see. See, if I love you, I have to make you aware of the things that you do not see, which is what all of us have in common, right? Every panelist that was up here, See, there's a certain understanding, there's a certain level of alignment that we all march to the same drum. And so continue to sacrifice, continue to be you, to be who God designed you to be, without feeling bad for taking the arrows. See, the first Indian over the hill takes all the bullets. You feel me? I want to be the first one. Because what may kill you in one shot may take 10 to kill me, bro. So if I can take it better than you can take it, then give me mine.
Yeah, that's good.
For y'all. You feel me? Because I know that my power and my purpose and me being here and the reason I did it is for something bigger than what anybody in this room can ever understand.
Amen.
Right? Because I don't expect y'all to be me and y'all don't expect me to be you. So therefore, if we can have that level of understanding, we're going to get along just fine.
Real well.
And I can love you with my whole heart. You feel me? Thank you all for participating. Man, Vibe Tribe, man. Life is a vibe on 3. 1, 2, 3. Life is a vibe! Baby, here we go. Jacksonville State.